Hello, everyone. My name is Vincent Valdez, and I help people grow through their faith, fasting, and fitness. And today I'm going to be talking about a client of mine who lost 65 pounds in 5 months and exactly what he did to get there and what I gave him, the steps I gave him to accomplish his goal of losing that much weight. We really didn't intend for it to happen as fast as it did, but he was dedicated and the weight just came off because of how committed he was. Not that he didn't have, times where he, had slip ups, but they were minimal, maybe once or twice. And the great thing is when he started, it was during the holidays, which makes it even harder. And I think that's why he had that level of commitment is because initially when he first started, he got through the hardest parts. Within that first month, there was Christmas and New Year's, and he got through that, and it almost felt like the rest was downhill, even though he still had, 50 plus pounds to lose. He had experienced, the most challenges in the beginning. It made it seem much easier, going forward. So basically what he did and the program that I gave him was to fast, and I gave him a 6 days a week workout routine. And this seems like a lot, but the workouts are not, over 45 minutes to an hour. They're closer to like a 35 minute workout. So it's something you can do, right when you wake up, or something that he didn't feel was taking too much time out of his day. And he felt like he could just get it done real quick. And it makes you feel energized. These workouts that I'm giving him, they get you breathing, get your blood pumping, and you feel ready for the day, not to the point where you feel exhausted for the day, that it gets your energy ready to take on the day. And so he committed to that. And like I said, there is times where, you slip up and you maybe miss a day or two, but for the most part, he stuck to this, 6 days a week of working out. And it was primarily weight training. And we would do Mondays and Wednesdays would be chest day, triceps and shoulders. And then Tuesdays and Fridays was back and biceps. And then Wednesday and Saturday was legs. And like I said, they're very quick workouts. The fasting routine that he was on, he would fast for 23 to 24 hours. So basically, he'd have that hour window where he would eat. And typically, he was eating dinner. So he has a pretty busy schedule with work, and so he's constantly on his feet. He does pest control. So a lot of the stuff he's doing is either traveling to a location or he's out walking the actual location that he's spraying. And he would basically just stay so busy throughout his day that he didn't really have the time to either stop to eat or really have the time to get bored and want to uh, eat just out of boredom. Like a lot of times our habits can be eating out of just because we're bored and we don't have anything to do. And so I think this really trained him to get his mind you know off of food or off of wanting to snack. That's a lot of our problems is we want to drink some type of soda, or we want to have chips, or whatever your snack or go-to thing is. A lot of times either um, it's coupled with boredom, but it's also coupled with maybe things that we do when we have off time, when we have free time, like watching a show, or going to the movies, or going and having, lunch, or some type of social event. A lot of times it's coupled with things that aren't work related, or they're not coupled with things that put us into a flow state, something that keeps our mind off of everything else and we're just focused on the task that we're doing. And I've noticed this just even in my own life, whenever I'm committed to a task, let's say, when I'm really working with a lot of clients, or rearranging something in the office, or I'm putting together a table. Just the other day, I spent like 2 or 3 hours putting this table together for my wife. And the entire time I'm not thinking about food, even though I'm fasting that time. And that three hours was crucial because after that, I'm already, at that point, I was already almost done with the day. So the hardest part of the fast is like, for me, it's right around like 3 to 6. Typically when we have, like an early dinner or late lunch, and I want to give in, and these emotions come up for all of us. But either find a task to keep your mind off of it, or you have to just have that strong enough willpower to know that this is just an emotion that's trying to get me to give in. And really, what I want is this reward, this goal, and this commitment that I've made to myself. And so it can get hard at times, but finding things like work that can get your mind off of it, that get you in flow state, and you're just focused on this thing that you're doing. So it's very important too. One of the things that I think he was probably really good at was keeping himself busy, right? He's also a father too, so he has a lot of kids. So there's always things for him to keep his mind off of, going to the things that are calling us at times, those desires that we have, those cravings that we have. So he would basically just, eat that 1 hour. And I gave him instructions of eat what you want. Like, if you have to, order something or eat out, or if you're going to a restaurant, that's fine. I didn't give him any strict rules on what he's consuming, just when, and keeping that window narrow and saying 1 meal. Cut all of the sugar drinks. That was the next thing I gave him, was the only thing you're drinking is water, or if you have like a diet soda or a zero sugar, like sweet drink that's zero sugar, then you can go for it. And no alcohol, obviously. And that was pretty much it. And at times he did try a 48. It wasn't a routine though. He even did a 72 as well. And I want to say he went even longer on a couple fasts throughout that, let's say 5-6 months that he was dropping the weight. But it was never routine. It was maybe once every couple weeks that he was doing like a longer fast. So this routine of just eating 1 meal, you're going to see a lot of the progress, come with that, and you're going to advance. So as soon as he got to this point where he lost the weight, he got more into tracking his calories, into weighing his food, into changing his overall diet. And so that's why I believe that it's much better and a smoother process when we can focus on, fasting first and getting the weight off, because then it creates even more motivation and more desire for change. And then you get into, maybe there's a specific diet that you want to try, or a way of eating that you want to try, a healthier, ways, but you don't have to necessarily cut out the foods that you enjoy. Or if there's a restaurant or an event coming up, you can fast prior to that and after that, to where you can go and enjoy yourself. You don't have to completely eliminate things that you love. And that's what I love fasting for, is because I don't eliminate the things that I truly enjoy, that I want to eat, right? But there's also, let's say, majority of the time where I want to eat healthy, that I want to make sure that I cut out a lot of the sugars, that I cut out a lot of the sweets and desserts that I'm going for, or soda, for example, and alcohol, especially. Like if these are like one-off occasions, then it's fine, obviously. But at times they can become habits and become things that we do weekly, and it's good to cut these things out for a majority of the time and eat healthy majority of the time. But we need to focus on mastering fasting and weight loss first, because then health is going to follow that. Not just your physical health. Yes, you're going to lose a lot of the weight, but even the mental health, to where you start to desire and get motivated to change even more things so that you get even healthier. But I would say 90 to 95% of your health will follow the weight loss. Whatever health issues you're dealing with, most of the time it comes with being overweight or over consuming a lot of food. And the weight loss just helps eliminate a lot of those health problems. And then that last final adjustment of cleaning up your diet and making sure you get in the micronutrients and the macronutrients are dialed in. That's something that you can focus on down the road after you change the habit of not just consuming any and everything at any time that you want, which is what a lot of us do. And fasting is that first step to that. And the great thing is, if you don't want to change the things that you eat or that you consume, that you feel like you eat relatively good, then the fasting is just going to help you cut the fat off, and you don't really have to change the diet. You're still going to be at a healthy weight, and you're going to feel good, and I guarantee the health will follow that as well. So just if you're looking to lose 30, 40, 50, or even like how my client lost 65 pounds, if you're looking to lose that or even more, start fasting. Start with this 1 meal a day. The first, couple times that you fast, try an 18-hour fast, and then try 20, and then work your way up to where you're eating 1 meal a day. Within the first 3 days, you should be able to eat 1 meal a day and have that as your routine, and just stick to that for a month and see how much weight falls off. And within that first week, you could see a massive amount of weight fall off. For me, it was like 10 pounds. The client in this video was about 10. There's a lot of other people that I've had that lost, 6 to 10 pounds within their first week. A lot of it is going to be water weight, but as you progress, you're going to see, 3, 4, 5 pounds a week coming off. And that first month you could lose, 20, 30 pounds. So that's it. That's what I want to talk about, basically what he did, and the benefits of fasting, how fast you can see this weight can come off from fasting. and that it's a snowball effect that eventually you start to change more things in your life, and see, even seeing yourself want even more change and healthier habits in your life when you start with this one thing. So that's it, guys. Thank you.